Welcome to Wonderlust. I'm Millie.
And I'm Jonty.
You've joined us at the end of our day actually, so we're going to rewind and show you what we got up to today.
In 1966, Lee Kuan Yew, the founding Prime Minister of Singapore, came to Queenstown, once a swampy valley, and congratulated its residents for building a strong community. Now, in 2021, we're saying goodbye to parts of the area as we know it, as it's soon to be demolished and rebuilt.
These are old town cookies, we love cookies. You want to choose one? One of you?
We're just walking around this area and the guide has told us that by next year all of this will be demolished and new flats are being built, which I have mixed feelings about it. It's a bit of a shame, like all these old places that are selling all like classic snacks, and I love these little shops that it's just got like everything in it. You can go to the shop and get absolutely anything you want and then some more. We're walking past some really lovely, just 3-story flats. They're really nice. They're quite common to the ones that we would see in the UK, but here it seems quite unusual because you're used to maybe 16, 17, sometimes up to like 40 levels in a condo, which seems really, really mad. Where we used to live in the UK, we'd always be able to go and pick blackberries up and down the road. And whenever I see things like bananas and papayas growing, it just gives me another knock and reminds me that we are in Singapore now, because tropical fruits like that we would just have to buy from the supermarket, quite expensive because they're imported in, and now it's the other way around because they're grown a bit more locally. We've walked a little bit of the green corridor and the railroad before when we went to Clementi, and this is another big stretch of where the railroad actually used to go. And on one of the signs it said that children used to lay down in between the tracks as the trains went past, and I just think as a parent I'm like, that sounds like such a bad idea. Singapore has made lots of N parks, national parks for green spaces, recreation areas, but this is actually just an untouched area of green. We saw some old army bunkers, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of history here, and it's lovely to just have a big open green space for the kids to just run around in.
I have found a sort of fruit.
There's a perfectly good set of stairs, but Aspen's decided to go off-piste. One of the things I love about walking tours, you can stop, have a look around, explore things, get a bit closer to what's going on. These black and white houses are quite iconic around here. They were built in the 30s and 40s and they're really, really pretty.
I think we used to live near Woking.
Oh!
In the UK. Woking was where my school was, where I worked.
This eating house is called the Coal Bar, and it's really cool because it's actually a replica of the one that used to be in a different location, and it was carefully dismantled. Bits that could be reused were reused because there was going to be a highway being built, and the people didn't want this to be forgotten, so they've relocated it to here using some of the original timbers and other bits that could be salvaged, and they built it back up again. There's loads of people here. It's got a really nice vibe to it. People chatting, eating, just having a drink, taking a break from the super hot heat how it is today. If I was walking here by myself, we'd get to the end of the road and I wouldn't know where to go, but we're about to climb up here.
Bring your foot over. Bring your foot over. Good girl.
Yay! We're now walking over the new highway where they had to move the eating house from. Walking over on this really big bridge, you can see lots of buildings being built. Aspen isn't a huge fan of stairs, so Jonty's trying to entertain her while she goes down them. She's starting to get a little bit tired. We've been walking for a while, but she's doing good and she's having an apple now, so hopefully that'll keep her going a little bit longer.
I'm having an amazing day. CK is a fantastic tour guide who's just been looking after us and has snippets of knowledge with everything. Every corner we turn, he's able to tell us about some wonderful things around here. He's a pro of the area. But we're enjoying looking at the old colonial houses that are around here. What I love about it is that it looks like it's been overgrown by the trees, and like the rainforest is kind of starting to take over a little bit, but it just looks beautiful.
Some friends and I walked a section of this part of the Green Corridor from the Interlace, and we were just across over the storm drain actually, and we've come down here on another side, which is really cool because I think this is going to lead somewhere completely different, which I'm really enjoying about the walking tour, because I would have just stayed to the regular path and wouldn't have dared to come up here for fear of getting lost like I usually do, or ended up walking like 21 kilometers by mistake or something like that, which if you've seen our walking for food, we accidentally walked 10k when I thought it'd be just like a short hour's journey. So it's good to have a guide sometimes. How are your legs? Why are you sitting on me? In a bid to try and get fitter, some of my friends and I have signed up to the Decathlon virtual run, and running along the Green Corridor is one of the ones that we can do in our second month. So I look forward to, I don't know if that's the right word, look forward to coming and doing a run down here sometime.
Right. Oh.
We've been walking for about 3 hours. Kids are doing really well. They're keeping each other going by feeding each other little snacks that we bought from one of the shops. I think we're heading towards the finishing location of our tour now. It's been really good, and to have a nice long walk as well. I think we'll all sleep well tonight. This building is called the Interlace. It's won several awards for its architecture. It looks like lots of different storage containers stacked on top of each other. We've got a friend that actually lives in here, so we've got to go inside and have a little sneak peek. It's really cool, and I think from the top it makes up like a hexagonal design.
We were just waiting at the traffic lights, and we all got this beautiful whiff of durian, and we could see a truck that had durian in the back. I was trying to signal to him to throw some over, but either he didn't see me or he was ignoring me. I like to think that he just didn't see me, but the latter may be the truth. I'm in the mood for durian now.
Whew, I am hot and sticky. It's starting to cool down just a little bit as the sun's setting, shining through the trees, which is really pretty. We've seen some pretty nice areas that I didn't even know existed. and learnt some cool stuff about some of the history around the army buildings. See, a bungalow in the UK is a one-storey house.
Oh.
Some of the black and white buildings here, they've got what looks like stilts at the bottom and then the houses on the top, but there's actually living places underneath, and they're built on the idea of the old kampong houses that were often built on stilts because of floods.
What I find amazing is that there is nobody here. We're just not passing anybody as we go, and it just looks like we've got this place to ourselves, which is incredible. Yeah, I'm loving it.
Wow.
This to me feels like I'm looking into some sort of South American coffee plantation or something.
Yeah.
Just behind me here is a bohi tree, which is spelled B-O-D-H-I. We actually have one at our apartment that we look over. Ours is a heritage tree that was donated to Singapore about 120 years ago, and now it's massive. But this is a bit younger, this one, about 50 years old. If you're into trees, there you go. If you're not, just skip on.
We're finishing our walk at this amazing spot. There's some photography going on for a couple dressed up for a wedding, and another couple which looks like an engagement shoot, and we're going to have an amazing picnic and watch the sunset here. It is just the perfect end to a hot and sweaty walk. Oh wow, this looks so cute.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wow.
Is a local fried bee hoon. Yeah. I prepare some tea. So I just squeeze.
Maybe I could the pineapple tarts, buddy.
Do not know how to play this,
Yeah,
then you just watch
she
me.
made
Look,
pineapple
first
tarts.
you start with
Yeah.
one. If
From
you
scratch.
cannot crack one,
Jam and everything.
you
She did
keep
great.
trying on one.
Yeah.
Then if you can do it on one, then you can start with two.
Oh, good job.
You can do three.
So Amelia told me that we're going to be having a picnic on this walk, and I assumed that our guide CK had been carrying around sandwiches in his backpack because that's what we do. And then we walk over the hill and see this amazing spread, and it's got a name on the board and everything like that. This is the picnic that's part of this wonderful experience. So yeah, I'm a little bit blown away, and just incredible. It's amazing.
You can watch the sunset while you drink tea out of your china teacup and have delicious snacks. It's a brilliant evening.
Sorry, then you must drop.
Keep it in your own one each.
The walk was good, quite tiring.
It's just been amazing to be able to sit here just with the view, the peace and the quiet around here. I guess in Singapore a lot of the time you can either hear aircon or traffic.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And here
just
there isn't
bugs
that.
and
you
other
just-
people chattering, which is
Yeah, it's really nice
Really
actually.
nice.
Really nice. And to be sat here with this amazing spread by My Singapura Picnic is
lovely.
just yeah, it's been a wonderful walk, but then to finish with this has been an absolute treat. I feel like we've been treated this weekend, last weekend. Yeah, it's been awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, this is a real special spot that we found. Well, we didn't find, we followed and got here with our guide, who's amazing. And he said he's just been walking around Singapore the whole time and trying to find all these little spots. So we would never have found this spot ourselves, and we are so glad that we have. So you can follow us along on social media, on Instagram and on Facebook as well. We're trying to put a little bit more on that as we go, because we will be sharing some more photos and little snippets about what we've got up to today and what else we get up to in the week as we go. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.